Hi, today I'm gonna make a carrot cake. So I have 3 medium small carrots. I'm going to shred these, so it will be about 2 cups of carrots when I'm done with that. I have my usual ingredients: flour, eggs, sugar, I have applesauce, and all the usual things for my baking, my different spices, baking powder, baking soda. So I will be doing that in one bowl to make a quick recipe. So continue to watch this video if you want to see how I make my carrot cake. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just gonna use my shredder. So you can use this big side or you can use the smaller side. Okay, so I've shredded my carrots. So I ended up using 2 carrots. That's 2 cups of shredded carrots. And then I'm gonna sieve my flour, which is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And I'm gonna add my baking powder and baking soda. So I have 1.5 baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and I'm going to add those to my flour mixture. So now that I've sieved the flour, I'm going to add my spices. So I have a teaspoon of nutmeg, teaspoon of allspice, teaspoon of cinnamon powder. I'm gonna add those dry ingredients to my flour mix. Pause. So I have a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, a quarter nutmeg, and a quarter of my allspice. I'm gonna add that to my flour mixture and use a whisk to mix everything together. And you can smell the aroma. You can smell the aroma of all the spices. Next, we're going to add, so we're going to do our eggs now. So let's do our eggs in a different container. I promised it was going to be a 1 container, but I'm going to do the eggs separately. And alright, so in a small bowl, you're going to break your eggs. I have walnuts. This is optional. This is half, maybe a quarter cup of walnut that I pounded, ground it up with a little bit of texture. I have half a cup of raisins. I'll add them to this. At this point, I'm going to add my 2 cups of carrots. No, that's about 2 cups of carrots. I need to add vanilla to this mixture before I forget. So we have a teaspoon vanilla, teaspoon. All right. That's our vanilla extract. And continue to mix in our another cup of carrot. All our carrot in. Might need that much water we're gonna need. So you can add water or milk to this. Let me see how much water or milk we're gonna need. Okay, looking good. Okay, I'm adding applesauce to my 1 cup of applesauce. Alright, so at this point you can add milk. If you have coconut milk, you can add coconut milk or regular milk or just water. I'm gonna add just water, so I'm adding 1/3 of water, one third cup of water to my mixture. So now we're gonna add our flour. So let's get the I've preheated the oven, and gonna mix this in until the flour is incorporated into my mixture. I'm gonna bake this at 350 degrees Celsius in the oven. This is a great idea for kids. They're at home this time of the year. It's summertime. If you are sending them to camp, don't put the nuts in there because there's nut allergies that some kids have. So the walnut is optional if you're going to be sending it as a lunch idea. But if you're just having it at home, then all things. And I have square pan. This is an 8-inch pan. And this is also 8-inch. I'm not sure. So we'll do the round, and I think this will hold everything. Let's get some. So I have my baking dish plate. We call it baking pan, and I've greased the corners and the bottom. I'm just gonna add my carrot cake mixture to this. So this is what it looks like, and we're just going to put that into our 8-inch round baking tin, and bake it So bake at 350 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes or until a toothpick goes in clean. Until a toothpick goes in clean. It's nice and hot inside of it. Nice and hot inside. So that is our carrot cake. Nice and moist. So we'll take a picture of that.